Welcome to our 5 on 5. We're pleased to welcome back SOU President Dr. Mary Cullinan. Dr. Cullinan, excuse me. Good to see you again. How are you today?
Nice to see you. I'm great.
So tell us, this week you had a big announcement. We're learning, us laymen are learning the term retrenchment. What exactly is going on at SOU right now?
Well, retrenchment is a kind of technical term, and what it means is that in order for us to actually eliminate or restructure, reorganize academic programs, we have to officially open up the faculty union contract and call it retrenchment. And so while we can add programs all we want, we can never delete a program unless we go through this process. Mm-hmm. And so we went through a prioritization process last year where we had faculty and staff working on ranking all of our programs.
Sure.
And came up with 5 quintiles in descending order, and a number of departments were actually quite happy to give up a number of their programs because they really don't have a lot of students in them. So we didn't want to make any decisions over the summer while faculty and students were gone. And so now that it's fall, we're going to go into this official process so that we can really make our programs more streamlined. We need to be able to invest in programs where students are demanding
sure.
more classes, more sections, and we need to be focused. We need to be able to reach our vision of really responding to students' needs and to marketplace needs.
Mm-hmm. Now, how exactly did we get here? Is this simple economics?
Well, certainly it would be lovely if we could offer every program in the world, but we are a state university, a public university, and a small one, and so our resources are stretched. And there's no doubt that we are, like every public university in this country, seeing shrinking resources from the state. And I think the number that is most amazing to me is that at SOU, our state allocation this biennium was $13 million less than it was in 1999, and that is not adjusted for inflation.
Wow.
And we have almost 1,000 more students than we had back then. And so here's a huge gap, and our students are picking up the costs. And we simply have to do everything we can to streamline so that we are keeping our tuition as low as we possibly can in a challenging environment.
Absolutely. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll have much more with Dr. Cullinan in a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with Southern Oregon University President Dr. Mary Cullinan. Dr. Cullinan, we're talking about the retrenchment. There is a 15-day comment period. What exactly is that?
Well, the way the faculty contract is laid out, I announce a need, that I perceive a need for us to go through this process, and then we have a 50-day comment period where faculty, students, staff, everybody can weigh in. And of course, what we do during that time is have lots of budget forums and put lots of information up on the website so that people really understand what the numbers are and what our options are, and also have a recurring sense of our vision and where we need to go in this very challenging environment. So at the end of that comment period, then I decide whether or not we truly need to go through with the ensuing process.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and so there is a possibility that we don't go down this road.
There is, but again, I feel strongly.
Yeah,
and so,
yeah,
I'm thinking it will happen, but I do want to hear what people have to say.
Yeah, and what is the timeline? Once you hear those comments and then you decide there still is a need, where do we go from there?
Well, and then we will start a huge planning process on campus. We will look at our prioritization work and a number of other studies that we've done. We have been, mining data for some time, and we'll show all that to the campus and discuss. And we'll ask departments, what would you do if you wanted to really streamline your program? And so we will go through a preliminary planning process. We'll keep everything up. There's a website that'll have the budget presentations, video presentations, lots of documents. Everybody can see what's going on. So we'll publish a preliminary plan and have more comments, and then there'll be a final plan, but it'll probably be about the end of February when we have a final plan.
Okay, and now I think we talked about this with prioritization. No students will lose their major, correct? They will graduate with their major if they so choose.
Any student that's currently enrolled in a program will graduate with that program. We make that absolute promise to currently enrolled students. And so that's a really huge piece that I want students to understand, that their major is not going to go away midstream.
Sure.
And so that also means that the planning process is stretched out over more than 1 year, because we do have to keep teaching out programs that will continue as long as we have students in them.
Well, I'm sure you're keeping all your options open, of course, and where you can save and maximize, if you will, streamline, if your words. And major is obviously a part of that, as we've been talking about. But what about the SOU Higher Education Center, or SOU RCC Higher Education Center here in downtown Medford? Could that possibly be on the chopping block or threatened?
Oh, no, that's a wonderful, wonderful building and a wonderful center. It really serves a tremendous need in this valley. So I'm delighted to have a partnership with RCC. That's actually more and more of our students are coming in now as transfer students. And primarily we used to be almost all a freshman institution where people came in and did 4 years. But due to the HEC and wonderful partnership with Rogue, more and more we've got as many transfer students coming in as freshmen. So that's a huge, wonderful benefit.
Very good. Well, we're certainly glad to hear that. All right, Dr. Cullinan, great to see you again. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.